Hey everybody, it's Donald Richardson again versus the Cardinals. There's some things that I should disclose. Number one, I've been a big Raider fan since I can remember. I grew up down the street from the Oakland Coliseum. I stayed on 71st and Spencer, and yeah, I used to be very biased, everything Raider. But now that I'm in my 40s, I've become a lot more objective and seeing things way the team is ran and playing football myself and, not to the pro level or anything like that, but being around a lot of football greats. I went to the University of Grambling where I got to see Doug Williams coach a team. I was actually there for the late great Eddie Robinson, who's like a founder in HBCU football. And yeah, anyway, that's just a small, minuscule tidbit into my past. Yeah, I thought it was a great game. As far as the preseason go, there are a lot of people online right now, and I understand the enthusiasm. I really do. I understand the enthusiasm. But some of you guys drink the Kool-Aid a little too early. It's the second preseason game. It's a rookie quarterback. The both offenses are brand new to both quarterbacks. Excuse me. Kyler Murray's performance was not stellar this week, you know, and it's obvious that Gunther Cunningham, the Raiders' defensive coordinator, actually had schemed a little bit for tonight's game. They didn't go all out. There wasn't like exotic blitzes or anything like that, but he got blitzes. Last week he didn't see any blitzes. This week he saw some pressure, and the Raiders defense took advantage of some situations, of some vanilla situations. You know, we showed a vanilla defense. They showed a vanilla offense, and when I say vanilla, I mean there was nothing, no trickery, not that much disguising going on, just basic stuff. And our team came ahead when it came to execution. So I thought that was great for the Raiders. As far as offense goes, like one of the play-by-play announcers was saying, you know, are just about coming to an end. We're going to definitely think that's a good idea. Um, I also like the fact that the defense has showed up 2 weeks in a row. Preseason or not, the defense is showing up and making plays. That now, with the defense show, I kind of believe, um, like I heard from Michael Irvin a couple of years ago. Usually, if there's consistencies that show up in preseason and in the beginning of the season, if you have a pretty good defense in the preseason and that pretty good defense shows up, a defense for the rest of the season, you know. So fingers crossed, but our young guys are showing up. We finally get to see what the defense looked like with Burfict calling the plays as the quarterback of the defense. Things look smooth. Things look real smooth. We got to see the difference between the defense when he was out and Tahir Whitehead came in, because there were some miscues when he came in, and he was a middle linebacker. So, you know, somebody's going to have to step up when Perfect goes out because, he's an older gentleman. He can't play every play. He can't, and this is the NFL. Somebody's got to step up in that middle linebacker position. Hopefully, next year in the draft, Perfect is good. Don't get me wrong, he is good. But next year in the draft, we're definitely going to have to address that middle linebacker spot, because if he goes down, who do we got? I mean, we've been seeing that to hear Whiteheads and the Morrows and everybody else. No young guy is stepping up and, planting their flag in the ground and say, I'm here for this position. I'm here to be the middle linebacker of the future. So we need somebody and take Perfect's place. That means they're a pretty good damn player because Perfect is a pretty good damn linebacker. And I wanted him to be a Raider for a long time. A long, long, long time. I thought him and there was another Steeler that I always thought should have been a Raider, but that's neither here nor there. We got him now, so I'm happy. Secondary. Secondary on the batteries, though. That's why I keep getting over there. I'm trying to make sure that we stay charged. Secondary's been looking good the last couple of weeks. We've held everybody down. I know a lot of people are going to mention what happened in the second half and the end of the second quarter. I'm just going to take straight out. Scrub on scrub. You know what I'm saying? When you got scrub on scrub, John Gruden was definitely pissed at the end of the game with that last touchdown because that should have never happened. There's no excuse. But hey, what it is. That's how you lose a job, and that's how you're gonna win a job. I go back to his opening statement in that first practice. You actually have to be somebody's nightmare. Oh, what is going on? Okay, I've been told when this happens. Let me check the battery real quick. Give me a second, guys. Make sure we're plugged in here. Alright, we're charging. So, okay, I guess we're back. Well, I don't know if we even actually ever left. You guys on? I like to hear what some of you guys thought about the game. Last week I got on blasting about Winthrow. Hunter Winthrow. He's gotten a lot of hype. And I'm always skeptical of players at the Raiders draft that come in with a lot of hype and then they get red-shirted. That's what I call it, red-shirted. They've been given a couple of years to actually show their worth, and it never turns out. So if you hear, I'm always rooting for the players, but I root for the team first, and that's just how I am. So if a guy's not cutting the mustard, I'm gonna be objective, and I'm gonna, some people say, "Oh, you're not a real Raider fan." No, I'm objective. If a guy's not cutting the mustard, and if the only thing you can point to during the right now we're in the preseason is one catch during the entire preseason, or articles or sound bites of what you hear in the media from practice, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. That ain't gonna cut it for me. I need to see it out there on the field against another team. I need to see it in preseason. I need to see it during a regular game. I need to see it, see it. I can't just go off the hype. You did your thing in the national championship game. I give you props. I have nothing against that guy. I really hope he makes the team, and I hope he makes the team better. Hope he makes touchdowns, and all of that. Hell, if it were up to me, I'd I'd like to see him. Most of our squad in the pro, but that's just not reality. You know, he was a low draft. He was a low draft pick for a reason. You know, so I'm not gonna go with the hype. I like to see, because one of the guys that I like to see get shot, who's been productive in the preseason and has not got a chance to show what he can do in the regular season, is Hatcher. I mean, everybody for that guy. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. So far, he showed up in 6 preseason games now, and has been relinquished to the practice squad. I think he deserves a shot. Hunter Winthrow, he got a couple of plays in the day. Great at blocking. I'll give him that. Great at blocking. He caught a pass today. He did his thing. But y'all know me. I'm a production type guy, and I'm pretty sure John Gruden and the offensive coaches are the same way. They're production type people. The hype is cool, but anyway, that's that. I'm not gonna hype too much on that. Things to take away, and I could be wrong here, but I didn't see Max Crosby out there today. Knowing that he broke his hand last week, uh, played with a club, so I guess they told him he got to sit down for a while till he gets better. The Antonio Brown situation is what it is. Hopefully, next week he gets to play with the starters, so he can at least have a little bit of game time experience with the starters before opening week against Denver. That's what I'm hoping. I believe that he's going to play the first game of the season, and if he does play next week in Winnipeg, I believe it'll be like minimal action. It's not going to be nothing too serious, but yeah, we need to see AB out there. 30 million a year, bro. I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing no excuses. None. Zero. I'm sorry. No excuses. Hopefully, hopefully he proves his mettle in the next couple of weeks. Then we've got who we got? Oh, doesn't matter. We got Denver and KC the first 2 weeks. Those are to set the tone for the season. Those are two must-win games. One at home, one away. Or I think like that one's at home, and then the next 6 or 7 games are away, which is wow. I didn't know. I knew the I knew the Raiders were always in the NFL doghouse. I don't know if I've ever heard of that for any other NFL team, and I'm gonna look that up later. But that's just crazy. That is out and out crazy. I thought both of our backup quarterbacks had a really positive showing tonight. You know, Nathan Peterman and why can I never forget this guy's name or remember this guy's name? I mean, he's like 6'5", Mike Glennon. Boom, just rolls off the lips. Mike Glennon, and he looks like he looks like somebody in my former government days. But Mike Glennon, he showed out. He showed out tonight. You know, I don't want to say he erased all the mistakes of Demise. So good job, Mike Glennon. You know, I want Nathan Peterman and I want Mike Glennon to battle it out. I want it to be the hardest decision ever for John Gruden and Mike Mayock, who's going to be our backup quarterback. I don't want it to be like previous years, or really the John Gruden years period as a Raider coach. Under John Gruden, I'm just being totally honest with you guys. Under John Gruden, the Raiders have never had even an okay backup quarterback. Marcus Tuiasosopo, to me, was like, if Rich Gannon went out, Tuiasosopo was like garbage. Garbage. You know what I'm saying? And I forget some of our other quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks that we had to deal with while John Gruden was our coach. But yeah, it's hard to find a starter and it's hard to find a backup, but they're out there. They're out there. So hopefully one of these two guys steps up. I like the grit that Glennon showed us today. You know, because he could have came out and he's a got to scratch his back. I don't know why, but you know, after having a bad week starting last week, that hanging over your head, and say what you want, the Cardinals secondary is pretty good. So he could have came out and had a garbage game tonight, but instead he showed poise and he delivered the ball. Nathan Peterman, same thing. He's like, to me, you guys, for the guys that know me off of Facebook, I know a lot. I know I lost a lot of Raider fans with this, but they just didn't understand where it was coming from. The the level of enthusiasm that I had for DJ Hayden is pretty much the level of enthusiasm that I'm going to carry for somebody like Peterman or Glennon. That's where I'm going to place that for our, because those guys are underdog players right now. They're our most underrated, undervalued players. And as we saw with Derek Carr, if he goes down, somebody goes down, we're going to need an above average starter. And when that 12-4 season, even though it wasn't under, I'm like Gruden, even though this Tulich wasn't under Gruden, we went downhill fast, real fast. So I'm hoping that Gruden and Greg Olson are coaching these guys up, putting them in every situation possible, getting them the reps that they need to take over if Carr goes down. You know, and I want to say, even though Carr looked good tonight, it's got to be consistent. Consistency. That's how you're going to win these coaches over. That's how you're going to win players in the NFL over. Because if you're erratic, no one in the NFL is going to be afraid of you. You're not going to get that, we're playing Peyton Manning this week. Oh, we're playing Tom Brady this week. They're going to be like, we got Derek Carr this week. We could ratchet it all the way up, and we know it's going to be a win. Derek Carr, because of his inconsistencies, does not strike fear in NFL defenses. When he becomes consistently accurate, consistently prepared, consistently healthy, those three things, then you will see NFL defenses fear Derek Carr. That 12-4 year, when he was pretty much consistent and in the MVP talks. Our play action game was crazy. Was crazy. You know, we had a good running game, we had a good blocking scheme, but we had a quarterback that could deliver. You know, so Derek Carr's gonna have to get. He's gonna have to get to that. Mike Lennon's gonna have to get to that. Nathan Peterman, if he makes the team, if he beats out Mike Lennon, and it doesn't look like it right now. Excuse me. We've had 2 weeks of preseason games, and in 2 weeks, a lot of people say that it doesn't mean anything, but to me it does, because it shows me that, hey, Nathan Peterman has not been able to beat out Mike Glennon to play with the twos and the ones. We haven't seen that yet. So he's, he's in a. One of the things that I've been missing is who's our tight end. You know, has always starred a tight end. Who's that guy this year? You know, who's our tight end? I don't know. You know, but we'll see. We got to see some good work out of Richie Incognito and the rest of the offensive line today. I thought that was special. The way Jacob ran tonight was special. You know, he showed some things that I particularly didn't get to see of him in college. I'm happy to see that he's a cutback runner. I'm happy to see that he can make some people miss. I was happy to see that he could run some people over. I'm happy to see that he can get hit real hard, dust himself off, and go back and get FOMO. That's important. So, yeah, big ups to that guy. Big ups to the running backs today. Knock on wood,